Hello, everyone, once again. This is Rob, and welcome back to Media Awareness and an album review of the new Pearl Jam album, Dark Matter. Before I get to that, however, a quick reminder that the fundraiser continues. For those of you unaware, I am a disabled individual, and I use a motorized wheelchair slash scooter all day, every day for my independence, and I need your help. My insurance will not cover anything with regard to my scooter, as they view it as a quote luxury item end quote. Despite the fact that I am unable to walk whatsoever and unable to use any other type of power chair, and I'm also unable to use a standard wheelchair due to only having use of one hand and limited at that. Therefore, I have a spot fund account link below, and all contributions are welcome. It's easy to contribute, takes a few seconds, and it really, really makes a world of difference. I am endeavoring to refurbish my existing scooter and allow it to last far longer than it probably should. I need the ability to get the parts and pay for the trained technicians to install these parts and do so properly. And it's my level of independence that I'm striving to maintain. I pride myself on my independence. And although I'm not completely independent, I fully admit that. I do really, really pride myself on the things I can do. And the last thing I want to happen is to be without my independence, without my scooter, and be bedridden. Because without this, I am a fish out of water, unable to move around my home independently whatsoever. So your help is imperative at this point in time. Parts are failing, and it's becoming very disconcerting. So please do what you can. If you're not able to contribute financially, please like and share my video. I appreciate that. Also, I do want to thank those who have contributed thus far, in addition to those who plan on contributing, as your contributions have and will make a world of difference in my life. So, with that stated, I have right here the new Pearl Jam album, which is playing quietly in the background so that way it doesn't get flagged. So here is the CD. This is the front. This is the back with the track listing. And when you do open the actual CD itself, you have it's a hardcover case, and you get a booklet basically on the inside that is rather thick. It's a nice booklet. You can see how it looks. I'm not going to go through it entirely. I don't want to ruin the pages. And with my dexterity, I know I would. So I just wanted to show you that. And I'm going to go through the tracks and let you know my opinion on these tracks. It is a phenomenal album. I will get that out of the way right now. My apologies for the brightness on my face. I have my WordPad document pulled up with the track listing. That way I can actually see it. My vision is impaired as well, but that is a minor disability compared to my physical disability. So, let me go through the tracks. We started out the album with Scared of Fear, a track that I did a reaction to. This is an incredible track. It really kicks off the album very, very powerfully, and it has an amazing vibe. It's got this amazing part after the guitar solo where Eddie is singing. I hear the voices calling, and I mentioned that in my reaction. It's a real great part of the song. It adds a lot, in my opinion. I think it's the best part of the song, really. That and the guitar solo is really kicking as well. Um, the second track on this album is called React Respond, and it is sort of a faster tune, more punk vibe, but a really, really good tune. Track 3 is Wreckage, another track that I did a reaction to, and Wreckage is one of my favorite songs on this new album. It is just phenomenal, and it's got such powerful emotion in the lyrics and the arrangement. It's beautiful, totally beautiful. Track 4 on the album is the title track, Dark Matter, which has grown on me quite a bit since I did my initial reaction to it a few months ago, and I really think it is a great, great tune. Um, Track 5 is titled Won't Tell, and that is just another amazing tune. Upper Hand is one of my favorite songs on this album, along with Waiting for Stevie, which is track 7. Track 8 is called Running, another amazing song. Track 9, Something Special, and that to me was really another real powerful tune. Along with the next song, track 10, Gotta Give. And last but not least, we have track 11, which is Setting Sun. And it is just a perfect closing track to an incredible album. Setting Sun is sort of this really interesting song because it goes through these different segments or sections, and although it's not a progressive rock tune in the traditional sense, it does have those qualities about it, in my opinion, as do a lot of these songs on this album. So let me minimize this track listing, and I'll give you my opinion on the album as a whole. There we go. A lot better. So, yes, this album is one of Pearl Jam's best albums that I've heard. I am missing the past 3 or 4 releases. Uh, I totally lost track of the fact that they were even available or that they were even out for that matter. It was only when I started looking this up online that I found them. So I'm going to be looking into getting those as soon as I can as well. I'm not sure when that'll be, but sometime soon, hopefully. I'm a big Pearl Jam fan, and this album, Dark Matter, is by far one of the best albums I've heard by the band. I know a lot of people really cling to the early Pearl Jam of 10 and Versus. Um, I was always a fan of that, but I was always a fan of them as a whole, as a great rock band, extending beyond grunge and evolving with time. And really sort of just finding their niche in this sort of classic rock vibe that they have. And it sort of straddles the line between rock, punk, and progressive rock. And that is an achievement in and of itself, in my opinion. And this album really, really has all those qualities on it. And, you can't really say enough good things about this album. There's just nothing bad I can really say. The production is phenomenal. A lot of the songs tend to vary in the sound in terms of the drums, the mix. It is definitely mixed very well. There's attention to detail, something that's lacking in modern music today. You'll hear it on this album. You will hear this real dynamic range of the instrumentation, and you won't hear that on other modern acts or even some classic rock acts that just decide to be lazy and go with the presets that are in the studio. Pearl Jam is not one of those bands. Everything has its own time to shine in these songs, and when it shines, it is out in front, and that's how it should be, in my opinion. Some things are in the background and in the distance, and if they are really meant to be emphasized, you'll hear them, even if they are in the distance. And that is a sign of not only a good band, but a good production. And this album has it. My only gripe with this album is the packaging. Um, it's difficult for me with my disability. Not everyone is disabled, I recognize that. So, for all of you out there who are not, I have no problems getting the CD out of this cardboard sleeve digipack type cardboard thing. It's not really a digipack. It's a sort of sleeve really, with it's like a book. It's more of a book, I guess. Um, for those of you who are quote unquote normal, you'll have no problems hopefully getting the CD out of the book and popping it in your CD player, your computer, however you listen to music. It is available to stream on Spotify, on Amazon Music, everywhere music is available to stream, for that matter. And it is worth buying. It is definitely worth having. I have almost the entire Pearl Jam catalog, as I stated. I'm only missing a handful of albums, and I'm really, really dying to have them in my collection now that I know they exist. But this album itself is really a breath of fresh air in modern music. Um, and yes, they are a classic band at this point. They've been around since the early 90s. But in my opinion, they're around my age, so they're still technically a relatively new band in my opinion in comparison to say you know classic bands like ZZ Top and you know bands that have been around since the 1970s and are still going strong, Journey, etc. Pearl Jam, though, is a band that really sort of stuck to their guns and did not give up and didn't retire. They didn't take a real, any kind of extended hiatus. And when they did, they were writing and doing other projects. But there was never a breakup. There was never any type of formal um, disillusionment to my knowledge. And I'm glad because this album is one of the happiest things I've been experiencing as of late. One of the happiest. I have another album I'll be reviewing very as soon as it arrives in the mail. It's coming from overseas. That is the Tangent to Follow Polaris, the Andy Tillotson project. Um, and I'm waiting on that to arrive so I can review that properly in hand as well. I do have an advanced copy I'm listening to, and still formulating my opinions and review on that new album from The Tangent. The Tangent, if you incidentally, if you're not aware, are classified as progressive rock. They are modern progressive rock as opposed to classic progressive rock. But I digress. We are on the topic of Pearl Jam, and it is cranking in the background. You can hear the guitar, hopefully. And yeah, this is an album I've been listening to for about, well, since it came out on the April 16th. But I've also been listening to it on Spotify since that point. And I was finally able to acquire the CD, as you can see and as you have seen, and I'm very happy to have this in my collection and to have this piece of music history, because this is definitely an album to really dive into and really enjoy from beginning to end. My son and I listened to it last Sunday evening, actually, from beginning to end, and we just kept talking the whole time and commenting on the songs here and there. And it was just such a nice experience to share that with my son. So that was really cool as well. So yes, if you can, and if you are inclined to buy actual physical media, pick this up in your choice of formats. It's also available on vinyl for you vinyl enthusiasts. But it's amazing, totally amazing. Pearl Jam, Dark Matter. This is Rob with Media Awareness. I hope you really got a lot out of this review. I apologize for the delay. I wanted to have it in hand for the review, and I was debating on just doing a review without it in hand, but I'm a Pearl Jam fan, and I like to have it in my collection, so it's here, and I'm very happy with it, and, I couldn't be happier with it. So yes, Dark Matter, pick it up today if you can. And once again, a reminder, the fundraiser continues. Any and all help us welcome. The spot fund is linked in two places in the description, directly below the title as well as in a separate section below the actual description of Dark Matter itself. In addition to that, I'm putting this out there. Guys, in Pearl Jam, and I said this in my last few reaction videos, I've extended the invitation to Liam Gallagher and John Squire. I've extended the invitation to the Black Crowes. No one has taken me up on this offer yet. But you know what? I'm extending this to Pearl Jam as well. If you guys want to play in northeastern Pennsylvania, in the Wilkes-Barre, Scranton area, you are welcome to set up your gear in my yard and play a show. Play a song. I wouldn't care. It'd be awesome. I've never seen Pearl Jam live, so it'd be an awesome experience. Plus, I'd be up close and personal. This is something that I know would not occur at a Pearl Jam show, because they tend to seat wheelchairs off to the side, usually, depending on the venue, and that can always and quite often be frustrating for me as a disabled individual with a visual impairment, as stated during my review here. And I want to be able to see the band I've gone to see, so I'm joking, of course, but you never know. Anything's possible. It's media awareness. And I will see you all soon. Have a wonderful morning, noon, or night, wherever you are. Take care. Bye.